Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Hadi Kusuma Wardana. My metric number is DHM191032. So today my group will presenting about resolving conflict and dealing with difficult people. So the introduction is difficult people is people with certain personality trait and emotionally characteristic that make it difficult for you to communicate with them. Interacting with difficult people can lead to anxiety, defensiveness, anger, mood swing, and a feeling of helplessness in the workplace. It is inevitable for you to find difficult people in your life who are in trouble, whenever in the form of neighbors, relatives, colleagues, employers, customers, or suppliers. However, the incentive of the difficult may vary depending on the type of person who is difficult. So in this presentation, we will solve this problem.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Imran Abdul Hadi. I'm from Group 4. My metric number is DHM191032, and I will present you about types of difficult people. So the firstly are downers. Downers are also known as negative Nancy or Debbie Downers. They always have something bad to say. They always complain, critique, and judge. They are almost impossible to please. So secondly, better tens are also known as know is all, one upper, and show off. That to impressing you, name dropping, and always comparing to others. So thirdly, passive. Passive also known as pushover, yes men, and also weaklings. They don't contribute much to conversation people around you or them, and let others do the hard work. So fourth is tanks. Tanks are also known as being explosive, a handful, or bossy. They always want their way and will do anything to get it. It's like an aggressive person. So next. Okay, as you can see, we have Nansnaya. Nansnaya behavior always tell you why your ideas can't work. So basically, when we have a meeting with others employees, we must give opinions or suggestion, but they will tell us why this idea is not useful. So secondly, the complainer. Their behavior has a knack of seeing the glass as half empty and complaining instead of resolving to the problems. So when they are giving a job, they have to work together to solve problems together, but they only complain and do not solve problems, and they only give problems to others to solve. So macam pemalas, a lazy person. So next. Okay, the third one is derailer. Their behaviors finds ways to distract others from core issues at hand. So basically, attention seeker, they just find a way to distract others from their main problems they're facing, because they do not have to take the main problems lightly and like to waste time or postpone their works. So fourth is the person lost in weeds. Their behavior gets bogged down in details and loses sight of what really important. So basically, they macam they are not found, they are not focused and always daydreaming doing work or meeting in very important stuff. So and this will cause problems in their work, which is very useless to the company. Okay, so next. Alright, the last two is the yes person. So their behavior creates a bottleneck by taking on too much and getting overwhelmed. So there are also people who accept all the work and do not think about the burden. They are carrying and they are just burdening themselves and not working together. So macam dia bekerja je, dia tak kisah banyak ke sikit ke janji dia kerja dan itu akan melambatkan masa dan wasting their time. And lastly is master delegator. So they keep sending things on your way without considering your existing workload. So I really hate this part because those things with higher ranks or do not take their employees seriously and always send a lot of work on your way without considering the existence workload. And when the work is not complete according to the given date, there will be how you call punishment or denda lah with their stuff. So basically I really hate those kind of people, and that's it for me. And the next presenter will explain how to deal with these people. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Fakhrul Hadi. My metric number is DHM191032. In this video, I would like to talk about ways to deal with difficult people. When disagreements arise between yourself and a fellow coworker, knowing the most effective communication and conflict resolution skills to use in the workplace to diffuse tension will help you stay professional in the heat of the moment and strengthen your working relationship. Dealing with difficult people and differences opinion is never easy, but when equipped the right conflict management techniques and strategies, you get through them more easily and be more likely to avoid issues in the future. For example, number one is stay on topic. The contents this contents the discussion and helps things manageable. Number two is don't bring up the past. Avoid words like always and never. How would you feel if someone said that you always interrupt people when they are talking? This type of comments can ignite a fresh hostility. Just stick to the issue at hand. Number three is be willing to listen. Don't think a response while the person you disagree with is still talking. Really hear what they have to say. They may have a legitimate reason for behaving as they did. You don't always perceive situation in the same way others do. So give them opportunity to share their story, to share their side of the story. Number four is be willing to compromise. It's harder to resolve a conflict if you expect to win all the time. And the last one is take a break if needed. If you are too upset to remain open-minded, stop the discussion immediately. Set a mutually convenient time to revisit the problem, then do something that calms you, which is take a brisk walk, listen to music, meditate. If you are home, watch some television or take a bath. After you chill a bit, you are likely to feel more compassionate and less argumentative. These conflict management techniques will help make sure you are capable of speaking openly and honestly about the conflict with your coworker. So that's all from me. Thank you.
So the next point is how do difficult people behave. So the first one is difficult people are disrespectful. For example, they will treat you badly and hurt your feeling with their word. For them, these things are normal things. So the second one is they are negative. For example, difficult people are people who are very difficult to believe in themselves, because in their minds is that what they do all will fail, and they will fight or protest when someone give an opinion, because they think only they are the right in this world. So the third one is they will not be responsibility for their behavior. For example, when they make mistake, they will assume it is normal and there is no action to overcome the problems. So the last one is they are unmotivated and lazy. Often, difficult people are people who do not get along well with other people. This is among the reason because they become lazy and unmotivated in their life.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wan Wejdi DHM191032. Metric number DHM 191032. Okay, today I want to talk about a guide to dealing with difficult people. Okay, today I will share for you about tips how to dealing with difficult people. Okay, firstly, we need to identifying difficult people. Okay, difficult people can take many forms, which is difficulty can manifest itself in quite a few ways. Oftentimes, including people who spread rumors, who find the negative in everything, those who rarely cooperate, or who don't value the input and opinions of others. They may find every opportunity to create problems, or they may simply use passive resistance to waylay your best efforts to move our agenda forward. Okay, at the end of the day, defining difficult is a uniquely personal thing. What is challenging to us maybe a breeze for us. Okay, understanding our personality, preference and triggers can help us to recognize the types of people and the situation that irritate us. Okay, second, we're gonna talk about identifying the issue. Okay, turning the situation inward and analyzing our triggers and reaction to this situation can help we to prepare and self-aware when they arise. Okay, feeding into our frustrations when dealing with a difficult person can become a vicious cycle. Okay, we tend to see or hear an interaction and then interpret that action based not on fact but on our assumptions. Okay, then we react. Unfortunately, we usually don't have all of the information as why an individual may be showing up the way they are in the absence of factual information. We tend to fill in the blanks with our own theories about what might be going on. Okay. Next is we need to managing our reactions. It is all about breathing. Slow, deep breathing actually triggers something at the bottom of our spine called the vagus nerve, okay, which sends neurotransmitters to brain that actually calm we down, okay. Then take a moment to reflect on how you feel, ask to ourselves questions about how we can respond to difficult person, or how we can create a good outcome from the situation. While this seems like overkill, this is an essential step to getting our brain out of its instinctual response, okay. And then forcing ourselves to think of ways to create a good outcome make our brain go into a more positive mode of thinking. Okay, next is leveraging some self-control. Okay, we should know ourselves, which is having a clear sense of self, what causes we tension, and where our limits can serve us well when interacting with people that we find to be the difficult. Staying calm and developing our awareness and emotional intelligence skills can help us to manage our reactions to frustrating situations. Okay, gaining some clarity by asking questions while managing our own reactions can serve to help find a mutually satisfactory outcome. Okay, reflecting on what we would determine as a satisfactory outcome before getting into an interaction with a difficult person can help us to maintain focus on what really matters. Okay, and next, responding and starting our emotions or the impact that the person is having on we based on their behavior. Okay, if delivered correctly, can sometimes be the nudge that someone needs to realize that they are rubbing you the wrong way. Okay, so sometimes things can be so abrasive that you run the risk of hitting an end state you never intended. If things are to the point where interactions are toxic, it may be time to start making intentional effort to begin documenting things. If things go so, at least you have a good record of what led to that place. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Sufi Haikal bin Sulaiman, and my matric number is DHM191032. And now I will present about conclusion of dealing with difficult people. Okay, difficult people are everywhere. Maybe you are one of them, or maybe your family and anyone else. Everyone has difficult during certain moments of their life. Either way, eventually you need to work or compromise with the person that you think is difficult, and you know that they are the ones who bring you down with their negativity, criticism or anger. They are often self-centered and uncooperative. They are irritating, frustrating and often infuriating. In conclusion, to know how to handle unreasonable and difficult people is truly master the art of communication. With this with these skills, we can experience less grief, greater confidence, better relationship and higher communication progress. Even we cannot change difficult people, we can communicate with them in such a way that they change themselves. It's a matter of knowing how to get through to them when they are behaving badly. Okay. You must know ways to identify their motives and true intention. You must learn ways to deal with other people calmly, directly, and honestly, using assertiveness, skill, and techniques. You have to make strategy to stand up to others and feel more confident about knowing them when to walk away. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. And that is the end of our slides, and thanks for watching, and see you next time. Assalamualaikum.